just start off with a program card from a recent race at Santa Anita. This was Sunshine Millions Day. They have a bunch of races in which the name is Sunshine Millions, and they also have them at Gulfstream Park that day. It's a great day of racing, so next year remember to mark that on your calendar. It's generally about at the end of January, and a full great day of stakes racing at Gulfstream Park in Miami and Santa Anita in sunny Arcadia, California, which is near LA. This particular race is the Sunshine Millions Classic Stakes. It's worth $500,000, as you can see here, guaranteed purse of $500,000. It's run at 9 furlongs, which means it is 1 1/8 mile. A furlong is 1/8 of a mile. Now, I'm starting with the Brisnet past performance, the ultimate past performance with comments. If, in fact, is what you look it up under Brisnet. And I can give you the link for that later. It's easy to find on the internet, though. And what this whole race description, which is, I mean, it's all good and dandy. One thing it doesn't really tell you is that this race is run on Pro Ride, and the key is right here. That circled A means the surface is an artificial racing surface. This includes Polytrack, Pro Ride, Cushion Track, Tapeta, anything that's not natural dirt or turf, which is grass. So this is usually a composite of rubber, fiber, and so forth. Okay, and this is race 8 on the card, and I like the Brisnet PPs because they give you all this great information. Look at the top. Speed last race, prime power. You can see the usual QT leads in both of those categories, and you will also find out a moment later that the usual QT was the morning line favorite and the post time favorite, going off at about even money, which I thought was ridiculous, but we'll see how that worked out for him. Best speed at distance, this is always a good indicator here. Palladio and Bold Chieftain, I just want you to remember those, keep those names in mind as we go through this race card, and we won't go through every, horse, just some selected horses here. Let's start with Geronimo. This is a P5. Look, his morning line was 6-1, and I think he ended up at 9-1. P5 means that he is a presser, meaning he presses the pace, and 5 is on a Bill Quirin scale of 0 to 8. What is the tendency for the horse to run on the lead of the pack in the race? And 8 being the highest. So this guy is a mid-pack type of presser. He's only 5 out of 8. He's going to be up there near the pace, but not exactly on it. And as we noticed, this was a 9 furlong race. So I don't want to get into calculating Bill Quirin numbers, but I do have a write-up on that, and I will post that to the site if it's not already. It is easy to do by looking where the horse was at first call, and I will, in fact, I'll probably make another video explaining that. The owner is BJ Wright. Here's the jockey block, and here's his stats: 2009 and 10, P-types, jockey with trainer, last 60, jockey with routes. Let's go over to the next column over. This is a B. It's a Bay colt. So he is a colt, 4 years old. He's foaled in May. And 2008, he was sold for $70,000. It looks like. Sire Congaree, $7,500. Stud fee. Apparently when he was sired, this particular colt. Let's see. Dam was Jera, breeder Braylon Farm, trainer Michael Pender. Pretty good trainer there. Starting off the year at 25%. Here's his 2009 and 10. Non-graded stakes, you can see that there's a good plus right there, plus in the ROI. Not a real good percentage, only 12% wins, 38% in the money. Still pretty good. I mean, that's above average for a trainer. Winner last race, 12 and 35. Sprint route, not so good. So you can see the sprints, meaning the race was less than 8 furlongs, which means all of these last 4 races were sprints. But his last time at route, he didn't do too poorly. He was a grade 2 Lexington Stakes. That's a Derby prep. And he finished 4 lengths back. Not too bad, not too shabby. And in the San Felipe, he finished 3rd on a similar surface as this. I know they've changed the polytrack surface at Santa Anita several times, but he finished 3rd, only 2 1/4 lengths back. Not bad. Got a bunch of information up here. Prime Power is only 10th, not so good. Lifetime earnings, 2010 earnings, Santa Anita earnings, that's a nice one there. Shows you that despite the fact that, you know, he's going from sprint to route and he doesn't have the wins in these other graded stakes races, he has done well at this track. 2 wins, 2 places, 2/3. So that's pretty good. Now we got some sire stats. This is the average winning distance for the sire and the dam for their offspring. So this would explain why he's typically run at sprint, probably because that's where his sire Congaree and dam Jera, that's where their offspring typically run at, his sprint. Seem to be more successful in that category. Otherwise their average winning distance would be higher. Look, Brisna is nice enough to give you the advanced forecast. The first column, date and track of their last race. Santa Anita, Hollywood, Oak Tree at Santa Anita, Keeneland. Second column is distance and surface. A means artificial, 6 1/2 furlongs. These are the leaders' fractions. At first call, 2 furlongs. Second call, 4 furlongs. Third call, 6 furlongs. And the final race time, in this case, 6 1/2 furlongs. In this case would be 7 furlongs. Race rating, race type, allowance, grade 1, optional claimer, grade 2, allowance maiden, class rating, early pace 1, early pace 2, again, first call, second call, late pace, that's everything beyond second call to the finish line. This is something that I think only Brisnet has, relation of the early speed, early pace figures to par, all part of the overall speed figure. PP, that's their post position. Start, this is how they broke out of the gate. See, he started in 5th here, and then he was in 5th again at first call, 2 furlongs again. Second call he was at 4 furlongs, he was in 5th again. Stretch, coming in the stretch he was 2nd, and then finish he won. Jockey, Lasix, Butte, little B is blinkers. It's a couple other little things that sometimes pop up. The odds for this horse in the race, top 3 finishers, and a little comment on what this horse did in the race, and how many horses were in the race. But I hope that helps you out. Good luck reading the form, my friends. I hope to see you in my advanced handicapping training. For more information, go to horseracebetwin.com. Be a winner. I'll see you there, my friends.